Roberts.
Thank you, Mr. Acting Deputy President. Well, the Greens are seen as ambulance chasers, using a political stunt and falsities on the back of a natural disaster tragedy. The Greens are making brazenly false statements, and they're relying on people suffering climate amnesia and weather amnesia. Let's have some facts. Bushfires are not worsening, no matter how they're measured. 1939, the loss of life, 71. 1,300 homes lost, 3,700 buildings lost. 1974-75, Mr. Acting Deputy President, 117 million hectares burnt, 4 times this year. Lomberg provides graphs of satellite data from the years 1997 to 2020. 1/3 decrease in 20 years and the continuing downward trend. He also provides, and that's from satellites, he also provides data going back to 1900. The total area burnt in Australia, 12% of Australia was burned in 1900. It is now less than 4%. That is not bushfires worsening. Secondly, on facts, there is no clear link with burning hydrocarbon fuels. Senator McDonald stood over there in 2016, looked across at me and said, "I don't always agree with Senator Roberts, but he is the first to start a debate on the climate science in this parliament." We still haven't had the debate because the Greens will never specify their science. The chief scientist has said there will be virtually no impact, virtually nothing will occur if Australia shuts down 100% of our industry and transport. The CSIRO, in cross-examination from me, has told me that temperatures in the last 10,000 years show that today's temperatures are not unprecedented. The CSIRO has admitted that they have never said that there is danger from human use of hydrocarbon fuels, human carbon dioxide. Temperatures, fact, in the 1880s and 1890s were warmer than today. Heat waves were longer, more intense and severe. The medieval warming period 1,000 years ago was noticeably warmer, significantly warmer than today. 97% of the Holocene period, which is since the end of the last ice age, has been warmer than today. The longest temperature trend in the last 140 years was 40 years of cooling, at a time when carbon dioxide from human activity increased dramatically. The last 25 years, temperatures have been flat, despite massive increases in human production of carbon dioxide. Greenpeace wanted to shut down the Australian Open in Melbourne, saying severe temperatures. 1939, the temperatures were warmer than today. Rainfall. We've heard the Labor Party and the Greens talk about drought. Rainfall, according to the Bureau of Meteorology, is now about 25% higher in the first 20 years of this century than in the first 20 years of the last century. The last 50 years shows a considerably higher rainfall than the previous 60 years. The United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change shows there is no link with drought, and that what we do need to do now is consider the Greens. Senator Larissa Waters, the leader of the Greens, I've asked her to provide the evidence for her claims in the Senate, and she has said for 154 days she has failed to respond. 150 days, 54 days, no evidence. 10 years ago, I challenged Senator Larissa Waters to a debate on the climate science. I've challenged her 3 times in total now. She won't front. In fact, she runs from me. In the 5th of February, Senator Larissa Waters said, in a motion number 353, that the State of the Climate 2018 report, authored by the CSIRO and Bureau of Meteorology, correct, that's correct, now she says, indicates that as the climate crisis continues, they never used the term climate crisis. They never used the term climate emergency. They didn't even say we're all going to die. No, Australia, she was making that up. We've now seen her talking about a climate emergency. The science says that. The experts say that. The community knows that. That was just 1 week ago, Wednesday the 5th. False, false, false. And now we're told that coking coal won't produce carbon dioxide and we only have to shut down thermal coal. What a lot of rubbish. The Greens are hurting people, hurting cost of living dramatically, hurting industry, exporting it overseas, hurting jobs, killing Australian future. Remember 2 things for the Greens: empirical evidence determines science, and you need to come up with proof of causation. You have zero.
Thank you, Senator. I'm sorry.